what is the question? In the figure, AD is equal to DC. Now, in SAT, whenever you have the givens, always put them on the graph, on the question, on the paper. So AD equals DC, and maybe better to do something like that to recognize better. These two sides are equal. Okay, let me call X and X. And then 30 degrees, so here. And then AB stand here, very good. Till here, there is no question. What is the ratio? The ratio means A over B. I mean first number to second number. So ratio of what? AC to BC. It means AC is in the numerator and BC is in the denominator. So I will say that what is AC over CB? Now, when I look at my figure, AC is something here. Now, my dear students, be careful. When this is 90 degrees, and if two sides are equal to each other, can I say that this is 45 degrees, this is 45 degrees? That means that this special triangle I have here, x, x, x root 2. I mean, this side, which is opposite of 90 degrees, is x times root 2. Any question for this? Do you have any question for this?
No.
No. Okay. And then when I look at the big triangle, large triangle, which is D here, B here, A here. This is given now 30 degrees. This is given now 10. This is now X. Now, do you remember 30, 60, 90 degrees? So if this is 30 degrees, if this is 60 degrees, 2x, x root 3, we said. I mean, in this question, opposite of 90 degrees, 10, opposite of 30 degrees is always half of the hypotenuse, which is 10 over 2, which is 5. So we already calculated AC. AC is now 5. Any question for this?
Oh, okay, Mr. Where's the right triangle? I mean, yeah.
Here, A, D, B. So this side, and this side. So opposite of 30 degrees is, you see now, X. Opposite of 90 degrees is 10. So let me draw again. 10 is here, 90 here, 30 here. So this is now 5.
Then how AC is 5?
Sorry?
How AC is 5? We found it AD. How?
You wrote AC.
AC. Oh my God. Yeah. Now you are right. AC is not. So AD is 5. Now what is AC? AC is X times root 2, which means 5 times root 2. Is it okay now?
Yes.
5 root 2.
Yeah.
Is it okay? Okay. Now, there are lots of things. Let me clean this now to see better. Now, one more thing. Again, I will use this rule. Opposite of 60 degrees is x times root 3. So we said that here this is 5. This is 5. This is 5 root 2. Now, is this 60 degrees in the big triangle? What do you think?
Yeah, and the small was 50.
So if this is 60 degrees, what was the rule? Opposite of 60 degrees is equal to opposite of 30 degrees times root 3. This is now 5 times root 3. Am I right?
Yes.
So, my dears, this is totally 5 root 3, but till here 5. So can I say that only this part, which is CB, which is my question, from total 5 root 3 minus this part, which is 5. What do you think? Can we say this? Think a bit. Again, let me draw. This is totally 5 root 3. And this is till here 5. So what will be this part? So from total, if I subtract this, I will get question mark. That's true or not?
Yes, true.
So then the question turned to this one. 5 root 2 divided by 5 root 3 minus 5. So numerator is 5 root 2. Denominator is, if I take 5 common parentheses, root 3 minus 1 left. And this 5 simplify. Result is numerator root 2, denominator root 3 minus 1.
How, where did -5 go?
Again, 5 root 3 minus 5. Can I write this 5 times root 3 minus 5 times 1? And then 5 common parenthesis, root 3 minus 1.
So it became -6, -5, -6, -5
No.
-6.
5 root 3 minus 5 is 5 times root 3 minus 1. And then this 5 simplify. Result is root 2 over root 3 minus 1, which is part A.
Okay, Mr. I didn't understand this part.
Let me write again, no problem. Let me write again. Since we don't have enough place, sometimes it's being problem, I know. So I am writing one more time. Numerator is 5 root 2. Denominator is 5 root 3 minus 5. Till here, is it clear for you?
Yeah, it's clear.
Now, I'm just saying that this is 5, this is 5. You know, whenever you have AB minus A, can you write this as A times B minus 1?
Is
Think
it
a
right?
bit. Yes. Think a bit this, or 2 times 3 minus 2. Can we say 2 times 3 minus 1? Can we say?
Yeah,
Think a bit. So
common.
same thing. No or yes?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
So similarly, 5 is common, 5 and 5. So open parenthesis, square root of 3 minus 1. Can be or not?
Yeah, Mr. So 5 times -1 is same thing. Yeah.
5 times root 3, 5 root 3. 5 times minus 1, negative 5. So it is almost same. You haven't seen this yet?
Yeah, I just remembered it. Yeah.
Now, and then this 5 and this 5, we can cross out, simplify. So left this over this. This is difficult question, not easy question. We have to know lots of things to solve this. Okay? Jude says, Mr. I didn't get the last part. How you got CB? Okay, one more time. Or let me solve this question on the whiteboard. Let me solve it on the whiteboard. Question is AC divided by CB. Okay, now let me solve it. From the beginning, everybody, from the beginning, since this is 30 degrees, in the triangle ADB, opposite of 30 degrees is equal to hypotenuse divided by 2, which is 5. So hypotenuse is 10. Opposite of 30 degrees is hypotenuse over 2. The question says that these two sides are equal. So we found this is 5, this is 5. And then 90 degrees, 5, 5. This is 5 root 2. The reason is this property. X root 2. And the first one, how did we find 5? This is 30, 2x, x, x root 3, 60. And then I need to find CB. Where is CB? CB is here. I need to find this one. So I am telling to you this. When we think the big triangle again, I am drawing here. We said that this is 5, this is 10, this is 30, this is 60, this is 90. Now, what will be dB? So, by using this rule, opposite of 60 is opposite of 30 times root 3, which is 5 times root 3. Jude, is it okay till here?
Yes.
Now, I am telling to you that from D to B, this is 5 root 3. Now, from D to C, which is here, this part, only 5. So on the number line, think this is totally 5 root 3. From this to this, 5. So what is left? How can we find? 5 plus question mark is equal 5 root 3. So question mark equals 5 root 3 minus 5. Yes or no?
Yes.
And then 5 is common. 5 common parenthesis. Root 3 minus 1 we can say. Now we are ready. AC. What is AC? 5 root 2. Divided by CB. What is 5 root 3 minus 1 in parentheses? So after this step, this 5 and this 5 simplify. Result is root 2 over root 3 minus 1. Finished. Right. Now, I think it's clear. Let's go now. Another very important property now. Another very important property. Let me explain here first, and then I can explain if you wish on the whiteboard. Now, when you look at these two triangles, in the question, this is given that these two sides are parallel to each other. I mean, side DE is parallel to side AC. This is given. This notation means parallel. Till here, do you have any question?
No.
No.
Now, 90 degrees given, 90 degrees given. So this angle given, but even though it's not given, we can say that they are equal to each other, like alpha, alpha. Why? Remember, we have studied first week. We said that corresponding angles, if this is alpha, this is also alpha. Or if this is beta, this is also beta, something like that. Remember? So we said if this is 30 degrees, so this is also 30 degrees, something like this. Above the parallel line, above the parallel line. Now my question is coming. When you look at the triangle BAC, if I call this is angle theta, so do I have this form? I am drawing one more time. This is now theta. This is now alpha. This is now 90 degrees, where B, A, and C. Now, when you look at the small triangle, which is E, D, and B, here 90 degrees, alpha, and theta. So my question is this: are the angles congruent to each other? 90, 90, theta, theta, alpha, alpha.
Yes, sir. It is, sir.
So they are congruent, okay? Now we have one rule. Rule is this. Let me write as a sentence and then I can formalize. Or we can say note. Corresponding angles, sides are always proportional. Do we know the meaning of this term, proportional? Proportion means it's coming from the ratio, A over B, C over D, E over F is equal K, something like that. What I mean, let's have a look together. Opposite of in this triangle alpha, I have AB divided by opposite of in this triangle BD equals opposite of in this triangle theta AC, opposite of in this triangle theta DE. So these are proportional. Their ratios are equal. Opposite of 90 degrees BC, opposite of 90 degrees BE. So this is one result, one number, another number, another number. They are all equal to each other. So let me say this common number is K. K is a real number. And K is called proportion constant. Proportion constant. Now, what I mean, just have a look to board now. Let me take a screenshot. I will share this with you. Now, what am I going to do, my dear students? What am I going to do? Just have a look to the board. Don't do it anything. Just have a look. Are you looking? Practically, just have a look, please. If two things are parallel, are you looking?
Yes.
I'm looking, sir. I'm looking.
BD over DA is equal to BE over BC is equal to DE over AC. One more time, BD over BA is equal to BE over BC is equal to DE over AC. The reason is opposite of this angle, opposite of this angle. So proportion, small, big. So let me write one simple example for you. One simple example. 5, 10, 4x. Let me say, just I am writing in my mind. It's not logical maybe, but we will find result. Why? And these are parallel to each other. Question, find x. Question, find y. Now solution. Just follow me. Don't do anything. Just follow me. Since these are parallel to each other, this angle must be equal this one, this angle must be equal this one, and this is the common angle, okay? I'm not talking about this, even forget about the angles. This is the theory, but forget. The rule is this, 4 over all, which is 4 over 4 plus x, equals y over all, which is y over y plus 20, equals 5 over 10. Now, when I look at here, I can right now say that 5 over 10 is 1 over 2. Yes or no? So K is here 1 over 2. Keep it in your mind. I will not use this, but keep it in your mind. Now, practically, when this is 1, this is double. 1 times 2. When this is 4, this must be double. So 4, double means 8. To get 8, what must be x? 4. I solved it, finished. One more time. 1 and denominator is 2, twice. So numerator 4, denominator twice of numerator, which is 4 times 2, 8. To get 8, x must be 4. Similarly, y over y plus 20. When y is 1, this is 2. But y is not 1, I don't know. What can I do? Y over y plus 20 is equal 1 over 2. Cross product. 2 times y, 1 times y plus 20. So 2y minus y is 20. So y is 20. So this is now 20. This is 20 plus 20, 40. I can check myself. 20 and it's twice, which is 40. I solved the question. Y is 20, X is 4.
Sir, how is 20? يعني
Sorry?
shouldn't it be 8? I mean 10. What?
Calculation, cross product.
Okay, but it's double now, like 20 over 20.
No, 20 over 40. Y over Y plus 20. 20 over 20 plus 20. So 20 over 40.
Okay, so 10 over 20, the same thing. Okay.
Okay? So now to sum up the things, let me explain here. Let me explain here. This is, by the way, called Thales theorem. But the name, it's not important for you. When two things are parallel to each other, I can say directly, this angle equals this angle. This angle equals this angle. And this is common angle for small triangle and for big triangle. If I call this is A, if I call this is B, if I call this is C, if I call this is D, E, F, the rule is A over A plus D, B over B plus E, C over F, which is K. So to show this, like this, A over O equals B over O equals C over F. That's it. This is thing you should memorize, and it's not difficult. Okay, in the small triangle, A is opposite of this angle. So denominator, in the big triangle, opposite of same angle. So in the big triangle, the side length is A plus D. In the small triangle, B is opposite of this angle. So in the big triangle, opposite of this, what I have, big triangle, this side, B plus E, for that reason. So let's go now to the question. Let's see the application of these rules. Here is simple case. I am passing. Simple case. Yeah, this question is so famous question. There are two parts. I want to solve, and the time will come also you will solve. Now, when you look at this question directly, you can say this over this over. No. If you have parallelism, if the things are parallel, so read the question. Triangle ABC above, DE is parallel to AC. Excellent. This is parallel to AC. So when I see parallelism, I don't need to wait. This over this equals this over this equals this over this. So what is the question? AD is given 2, DB is given 3, D is given 6. Question, what is AC? It's finished. Why finished? 3 over 3 plus 2 is equal to 6 over x. That's it. So if I call this is B, if I call this is B over B plus C, but I don't need this one in this question. I don't need. This is enough to
You
solve.
just have the cross product then.
So 3 over 5, 6 over x. So you may think simple logic. 3 to 6, double. 5 to x, double. So x is 10. Or cross product. 3 times x is equal 5 times 6. Simplify. So x is 10. Finished.
So B, right?
B means x is finished. I mean, AC finished. But the second question, what is the ratio of the area of the small triangle to area of the big triangle? Now there is one rule. Let me tell you. Area of small, or let's say area 1 divided by area 2 is always k squared. What is k? Similarity constant or proportion constant.
Oh.
Proportion constant. What does it mean? In my question, what is the proportion constant? 6 over x, right? This is equal to k, we said. So 6 over 10. What is 6 over 10? If you simplify, 3 over 5. So 3 over 5 to the power of 2. So result is 9/25.
Mm.
When you know this, simple. If you don't know, it's a little bit long. I mean, we have to work so hard. So to sum up, I want to draw again something. This is triangle ABC. This is triangle DEF. So angles, let me say this, 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 this. Now be careful. Now these two triangles are similar. Two triangles are similar. So the rule, opposite of this angle B, opposite of same angle E. Opposite of this angle C, opposite of same angle D. Opposite of this angle A, opposite of same angle F, it is equal to K. For this, I think there is no problem. Now, if I call this is ABC, and if I call this is DEF, now be careful. Area of ABC triangle over area of DEF always equal K to the power of 2. What is K here? Okay, same thing we have this one. When they are parallel to each other, let me say this is the first triangle, and let me say this is the second triangle. Okay, if I call this is S1, and for the biggest area S2, S1 over S2 is K squared. Is it okay? Do you want to ask me anything? Yes, no?
Yes, sir, it's clear.
I am writing question for you, just in my mind. Uh, what is the answer? What is the answer?
That's 1/4. Yeah.
Yes, that's it. 1/4 finished. Why?
Because
This over this, this over this, this over this, which is 10/20 is K. So K is 1/2. What is the area? K squared, which is 1/2 squared, which is 1/4. That's it. Understand how to solve the question? So simple when you know this rule. Same thing in the space geometry, guys. For the volume 1 divided by volume 2 K cube. If we will see question in the future, if we have similar figures, similar prisms, cones, spheres, whatever, always the ratio of the similar figures is equal to K to the power of 3. Area is area 1, area 2, K squared. Now one question, what about perimeter 1 over perimeter 2? Just K. I mean, this length divided by this length is equal to just K. Neyse, let's pass this now. We have 15 minutes, so let's go. We are going a little bit slowly, but today we learn lots of things. 3K, 4K, 5K, 5K, 12K, what was it, 17K, or I mean, some special triangles, and 90, 45, 45, 90, 30, 60, and this similarity areas, blah, 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 lots of things. Now, Radian, we can talk about this now, but before talking, I want you to solve some questions. Or let's talk. It's not difficult. Let's talk. Let's finish this. Radian. What is the radian means? So you know that for the angles, we have two things. Actually, three things, but we are learning two things now. Angles could be expressed by degrees, like 60 degrees, 30 degrees, whatever. Radians, like pi over 2, okay? And there is something else, but you are not responsible. Forget about this, okay? These two things you are responsible. Now, you should keep in your mind always this. 1 pi radian is equal to 180 degrees. Memorize this. And it's easy to memorize like this. How can I say? If you have a round angle or if you have a circle or round angle, okay, you know that this is 360 degrees and 360 degrees always 2 pi. If 362 pi, 180 is pi. Just memorize, it's better. And pi means normally one irrational number, which we are just saying approximately 314. But normally this never ends, infinitive, it goes. So there is no pattern. Mathematician talks about this, make lots of researches, sorry. So they didn't find any pattern for the pi. It's a unique, like your fingerprint, like your iris pattern. Okay, it's a unique number. And similar to this, we have number E. Approximately, we say 2.71 or 2.72. I'm not so sure now, but 2.7 I am sure. So it's also another unique point. Now, what are we going to do in our questions? In SAT, what are we going to do? If you want to convert to degree to the pi, you can use the proportion. You can say that 1 pi radian 180 degrees, so 45 degrees x pi radian, cross product. X times 180 is equal 45 times pi. So x is equal to 45 over 180 times pi, which is 45 and 180 when you divide 1 over 4 pi, which is pi over 4 by using cross product. But this is a little bit long. We have one rule. Rule is this. The number what you want to convert, multiply by pi over 180, always. So 45 degrees times pi over 4, sorry, pi over 180, always we multiply by this. It will be our result, which is pi over 4. For example, 60 degrees. I know that this is pi over 3, but let us prove. So take the degree times always pi over 180, always. So it will be pi over, when you simplify, 3. For example, 45 degrees. I know that this is pi over 4. Let's prove it. 45 times pi over 180. 5 and you simplify 4, pi over 4. That's it. Any question?
No, sir.
Any question? Yes, no?
No, sir, it's clear for me.
No question. If you forget this again, keep this one. 1 pi radian 180, x pi radian, question mark. Now the second thing, what about how can I convert radian to the degree? The rule is radian times 180 over pi. Actually, opposite of the previous things. So from degree to go to the pi, degree, denominator degree. From pi to degree, question, denominator is pi. Okay, since you have to cancel out, degree and degree, so just left in terms of pi, just left in terms of, here you see degree. So if you have pi over 4 radian, how many degrees? Times here pi, here 180. So it will be 45 degrees. That's it. Or even you can say this, 1 pi radian, 180 degrees. So 45 degrees, sorry, the question was 3 pi over 2. 3 over 2 pi, how many radian? So cross product, 180 times this is equal 1 times this. Result comes out. Now, do we have any question? Any question?
No.
No. Now, let's look at our question here. The question says that in XY plane, line M passes through the origin. Very good. Origin means 0, 0. So on the line, I have a point 0, 0. Any question? Passes through, origin means the line is passing through point 0, 0. Or 0, 0 is on the line. Good. And slope is root 3. Slope is root 3. Good. If point A lies on the line M, point B lies on the x-axis like this, show that, what is the measure in the radian? So the result will be in terms of radian. Angle AOB. AOB. So this is now my angle. This is now my angle. This is now my angle. Any question? This is now my angle. Do we have any question? I will continue now. Do you have any question, guys?
No, sir.
No.
Don't forget this. Slope means tangent alpha. Don't forget this. Slope, tangent alpha. Now, when you see anywhere root 3, anywhere, when you see, keep in your mind special triangle.
Oh, X.
This is, you should memorize. Memorize this. Really, like lifesaver. How can I call? Okay, it's so important thing. Hypotenuse 2, opposite 31, opposite 60, root 3. 2x, x root 3. But memorize this. Now, my dears, slope is root 3. Slope means tangent alpha. So when you look at this triangle, tangent 60, what is that? Tangent 30, what is that? Can you tell me? What is tangent 30?
Opposite over adjacent.
Opposite over adjacent. 1 over root 3, which means root 3 over 3. So my question, square root of 3, is it tangent 30? No, forget this. Tangent 60, what is that? Opposite over adjacent.
Root 3.
Over 1. It means that if the slope is root 3, what is the angle there? What is the
60.
angle? 60, right? So if the question is how many degrees this angle, answer is 60. But what I need in terms of radian rule, how was the 60 degrees? So pi 180, I should multiply. So when I multiply 0, 0, 6 and 18, 3, so pi
Pi 3.
over 3. The result is this. That's it, finished. I can explain this question using different ways. I can. But this is the best one if you understood. So simple, quickly.
Sir, it's simple.
Otherwise, I have to say y minus y1 is equal to slope times x minus x1. So y minus 0 is equal to slope times x minus x1. So y is equal to root 3 times x. So this is the equation of the line. So when the equation of the line is, how can I find this angle? I have to draw this one. When I draw this one, now 90 degrees I have, and then this is alpha, and then this is slope root 3. But again, I need tangent alpha. Tangent alpha is root 3. So how could it be if alpha is 60? It's difficult without solving this. Difficult. Since I don't know the coordinate of this, if I know two coordinates, simple. I mean, on the line, if you know this 0, 0, if you know this, let's say 5, comma 2, it's easy. Why? 2 minus 0 over 5 minus 0 is slope, which is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. But I don't know this point, so I can't solve the question. So I have to use only this. Okay. Now, explanation. How did I explain? Also here it is explained. Okay, now let's talk about this question. What is the DC? So DC X. Very quickly, I want you to answer this. If 90, is this 90? If 90, 60, is this 30? So 90, 10, 30, what will be?
Carry 2 times 5. 5, I think.
Answer, tell me, what will be?
B. Oh, yeah.
5. Opposite of 30, half of the hypotenuse. Finished, that's it.
Okay.
That's it. Understand or not?
Yes.
One more time. 90, 60, 30. So opposite of 30 is my question. It's half of the hypotenuse. So it is 5. And you can use, if you wish, trigonometry. You can say that sine of 30 is DC over 10. Sine of 30, you should know that this is 1 over 2. DC over 10. So 2 to 10, 5 times, 1 to DC. So DC is 5. Finished. It could be.
Okay.
Now, I'm just trying to find, this is a little bit difficult. I will solve. What about this question? How can we solve? 225 multiply 180 pi. Imagine degree, you will simplify, so it will be this. So then calculation, 225 divided by 180. If I divide by this, for example, 5, it will be
1.5.
how many
5
times?
pi over 8.
1.25. Sorry.
Sorry?
Times 5.
Can I divide this, for example, 3, let me divide 60, let me divide 3, it will be 75. And then divide by 5, it will be 12, by 5, it will be 15. Divide by 3, 4, by 3, 4, by 3, 5, so 5 pi over 4. So it is here.
Okay.